It's been 4 years since you left, and I haven't missed you less. For a moment of a minute of an hour, I'm a mess. I haven't felt complete since you took off down the street. Hopped a plane bound for New Zealand, left me here in a dress. I wake up every morning looking for your head, sleeping right next to me in my bed. You know I love melancholy, camp and irony, but I don't like life as much when you're not with me. You know I'd be quite content to live my life in minor key, but my life is so much better when you're with me.
Problem really isn't Stu or the town. It's the outside. All those people out there who are going to hear about Stu and then judge them. Which is what makes November 25th, 2008 such an interesting day. Stu had just been elected mayor. He'd squeaked it out by about 400 votes, but he hadn't yet been sworn in. When a group of evangelicals from Kansas showed up in town, they started marching up and down Main Street, yelling at people. And at one point they even unfurled an American flag, put it on the ground, and stepped on it, just to show how offensive they found Stu.
So unpleasant, and then bringing up signs that say things like,
God hates Silverton, God hates your mayor,
God hates fags, your pastor is a whore.
A few folks from the town decided to start a counter-protest.
We stood across the street from these people, by and large.
Just a few guys at first. Now earlier, someone had suggested
all the guys ought to dress up as girls, and all the girls ought to dress up as guys.
Yossi Davidson said his initial reaction was, yeah, right. But there he was, in a dress. He says that at first, he and the 2 or 3 other guys who had on women's clothing felt a little weird. But then,
people just started coming. It was just amazing.
Of a couple of hundred people. I mean, men dressed like women, women dressed like men.
Some of the people that I saw down there were surprising to me, because I had labeled them in my head as conservative.
And people would drive by, people with signs.
God loves Silverton, God loves Stu.
With costumes.
The town was really alive.
And the crowd just kept getting bigger and bigger.
What were you thinking at that moment?
Yeah, well, honestly, I tried to discourage people from even giving them the time of day, saying, don't give them any attention. I couldn't get that to happen. They were so angry. And they came out, 200 people, men in dresses, grandmothers, babies. It's just amazing. And that was the town, that wasn't me.
I don't know what tomorrow holds. I take each day as it unfolds. Stick your neck out and be bold. Blink your eyes and you'll be too old. Life is for living, time isn't for giving, so do what you dream, the law permitting. The rules of morality change over time, so you live your life and I live mine. One day at a time, I'm living it. One day at a time, I take one step forward every day. As I walk this line, I'm living it. One day at a time, I'm taking it. One day at a time. Maybe someday I'll move away, buy a house in Santa Fe, change my name and live on boxed white wine. But I'll get there living one day at a time. If I want to have blonde hair, I'll bleach it that way. If I want to have more hair, I'll wear a toupee. It's my point of view so I'm gonna share it. If the platform shoe fits, I'm gonna wear it. You know how they say walk a mile in a man's shoes? Well, I dare you to walk 3 feet in these. One day at a time, I'm living it. One day at a time, I take one step forward every day. As I walk this line, I'm living it. So I guess I'll book a flight to New Zealand. I have to show you how I've really changed. Is it nice this time of year in New Zealand? It's winter. Great. I packed myself some long skirts, some closed-toed shoes and warm shirts. Opposites to me, I'll never stray. Isn't it a wonderful way to tell a story with music? Isn't it a wild way to happen into glory with music? I never dreamed that I would come to fame.